Good morning, students. In last unit we have discussed about homogeneous as well as heterogeneous reactions in detail, as well as some of the important numericals based on Kp-Kc relation. So with the Kp-Kc relation I have discussed different type of numericals, and in today's video let us first discuss about applications of equilibrium constant K. So what are the application? Basically, equilibrium constant K helps us to predict the extent of reaction. Similarly, second important application which helps to predict the direction of the reaction, and thirdly, it helps to calculate the equilibrium concentration. Okay, children, I will recall all the three important application. First one is helps to predict the extent of reaction. Second one is helps to predict the direction of the reaction, and third one is which helps to calculate the equilibrium concentration. And now we have to concentrate in detail how it helps to predict the extent of reaction. See, let us first move on to first application which helps to predict the extent of a reaction on the basis of magnitude or based on the values we can consider, so that the value of equilibrium constant for a reaction indicates the extent of reaction. Only the value will indicate the extent of reaction, but children, it does not give any information about the reaction at which equilibrium is reached, so that the magnitude of a K explains about the extent of the reaction, but it does not explains about the rate at which equilibrium will be reached in a particular reaction. So how? Very simple. See, consider a reaction, and before going to consideration of a reaction, the value of K, that is the equilibrium constant, either it can be expressed in terms of concentration as a Kc, in terms of pressure as a Kp. So the value of K is directly proportional to the concentration of the products, and also inversely proportional to the concentration of the reactant. Here you all know square bracket indicates concentrations with respect to P product, with respect to R reactant. That can be given. K stands for equilibrium constant, directly proportional to product, inversely proportional to reactant. Okay, that is a general explanation. Now you consider a reaction, and that reaction has progressed in the forward direction I have represented. So here I have mentioned a negligible amount, and here extremely large amount of the product, means reaction is almost completed or almost completed. So children, as reaction progresses, more and more product formation takes place, and almost all the reactant get consumed. So based on that, we used to consider at a particular state equilibrium is attained, with which rate of the forward as well as backward reaction will be same. That concentration is taken as K. In terms of concentration it will be Kc. If gaseous reaction, it can be expressed as Kp, but here I have expressed Kc. Now based on the magnitude, see, I have considered magnitude such as 10 to the power 3 and 10 to the power minus 3. 10 to the power minus 3 is a very small value. 10 to the power plus 3 is a large value. So suppose the K value is 1, indicating that reaction is at equilibrium, so that both the reactant as well as products are found exist in the reaction media. But conditions are very important, you should follow. This is very important even for competitive examination point of view. If this Kc value is greater than that of 10 to the power 3, what it indicates? Product is predominates over the reaction, as 10 to the power 3 and Kc value, if you have considered, if the Kc value is more, then reaction is almost completed, so that product formed is very high, so that it will be predominating over the reactants, so that Kc value is very large, that indicating that reaction is almost completed, or in another hand we can say forward reaction is favorable. So I have represented here FWR indicates forward reaction is favorable. Remember, Kc is greater than 10 to the power 3 indicates forward reaction. Similarly, with respect to magnitude, one more thing, Kc is less than 10 to the power minus 3. Nothing but the Kc value is very small. As a Kc value is very small, which indicates that reactants are predominates over the product. I mean, reaction is hardly proceeding or rarely taking place. So based on that, we used to say backward reaction is favorable. BWR stands for backward reaction. Those two values, magnitude with respect to K, decides the reaction either in forward as well as backward reaction, or which particular direction reaction will take place. Similarly, Kc is in the range of 10 to the power minus 3 to 10 to the power 3. Appreciable amount of both reactants and products are present. Nothing but if the value is ranging between 10 to the power minus 3 to 10 to the power 3, then both reactants as well as product will be available in the reaction media. So conclusion is that Kc is greater, product is more. Kc is less, reactant is more. If Kc value is in between 10 to the power minus 3 to 10 to the power 3, then both reactant as well as products are available in the reaction media. This is a way by which we can predict the extent of the reaction based on the magnitude. Okay students, then let us move on to second application of equilibrium constant. That is, helps to predict the direction of the reaction. Now we should concentrate how it helps to predict the direction of the reaction. You all know there are two directions of the reaction. One is forward direction and another will be backward direction. So to predict direction, we should know a new term called reaction quotient. Reaction quotient is otherwise considered as equilibrium quotient, can be represented as a capital letter Q. And also children, with respect to concentration, it can be represented as QC, and with respect to pressure for gaseous reaction, it can be represented as QP. And children, how we can define the term reaction quotient or equilibrium quotient? Very simple. It is the ratio of product to the reactant at any stage of a reversible reaction other than equilibrium state is called equilibrium quotient. I have written here EQ stands for equilibrium quotient, or it is also called reaction quotient. Children, you should remember it is the ratio it is the ratio of product to that of reactant at any stage of a reversible reaction other than the equilibrium state. So that in a reversible reaction, the stage where forward reaction become equal to backward reaction is called as equilibrium state. So before reaching the equilibrium, the state of the reaction can be represented as Q or called equilibrium quotient. So for understanding purpose, let us take a general reaction that A moles of A can react with the B moles of B produces C moles of C as well as D moles of D. Generally, Q can be expressed as concentration of the product to the powers of their stoichiometric coefficients to that of molar concentration of the reactants, and the stoichiometric coefficients are raised to the appropriate powers. It is similar to that of equilibrium constant K representation, but children, you should remember at the same reaction at equilibrium or same expression at equilibrium will be taken as K or Kc, or in terms of pressure it will be Kp, but here I have taken general so that it will be K. At equilibrium it will be taken as K. Other than the equilibrium state, the same mathematical expression can be considered as reaction quotient or equilibrium quotient. But you should remember it is similar to the equilibrium constant K representation, but it is not equilibrium constant K. The stage other than the equilibrium in a reversible reaction is called as reaction concentration. This is its expression. So, consider if Q value is greater than that of K value, then reaction proceeds to backward direction or reaction takes place towards the reactant we used to consider. Similarly, if the Q value is less than K, means reaction quotient is less, whereas equilibrium constant value is more, then reaction proceeds to forward direction. FWD is forward direction, or reaction proceeds towards the product. Similarly, children, you should remember this point. If Q value become equal to K, then the reaction is at equilibrium. This is a way by which, by considering value of Q as well as by knowing the value of K, we can predict the direction of the reaction. So this is the one of the important application. Again, children, for understanding purpose, I will take a numerical example. The value of Kc for the reaction, particular reaction they have provided, 2A giving B plus C. Its Kc value they have provided, that is equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 3, that is at any given time. It is not at equilibrium, children. You should note this point. It is at a given time. So, the composition of the reaction mixture is also given. It is concentration of the A become equal to concentration of the B, that is equal to concentration of the C, and its value is given. Got it clear? See, Kc value is given 2 into 10 raised to minus 3. Similarly, concentration of all the substances, reactant as well as product, is equated to 3 into 10 raised to minus 4 molar. We have to predict in which particular direction reaction will proceed. Very simple. You follow the given reaction, that 2A giving B plus C. So as they have mentioned at any given time, they have not mentioned at equilibrium, they have mentioned at a given time. So based on that, we used to consider it is QC expression. Expressed QC will be equal to ratio of product of products to that of product of the reactants. So A is a 2 mole, so to the power 2, substitute the value given. For all these, value will be same. 3 into 10 raised to minus 4, concentration of the B. Similarly, concentration of the C. Similarly, concentration of the A to the power 2. So what happens? All these gets cancels, become equal to 1. So children's QC value become equal to 1. And they have provided you Kc value. Kc value is 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 they have given. So now, after calculating the QC value, we can conclude QC is greater than that of Kc, or Kc is less than that of QC. Therefore, we have already studied. So for that we can decide reaction will be proceeded in backward direction, isn't it? Similarly, one more example directly I'll consider. Hydrogen can react with the iodine producing 2 molecules of hydrogen iodide. Experimentally determined value for Kc is given, it is equal to 57. Similarly, calculated value for QC is also considered, is equal to 8. Children, now which value is higher? As mentioned, Kc value is 57, QC value is 7, so that equilibrium constant K value is more, so which indicates that reaction should take place in the forward direction. That's all about second application of the constant K. Now children, let us move on to third important application, that it helps to calculate equilibrium concentration. So how we can calculate the equilibrium concentration with the help of K? Very simple. That is mainly based on the numerical or problem they have given, with which whatever is the data they have provided, based on that generally we can calculate the equilibrium concentration or concentration of the reactants and products at equilibrium. Initially, in any of the reactions, initial concentration will be known, right? Rest will be based on the numerical provided, but still general rules we used to follow in order to calculate equilibrium concentration. I will let you know stepwise. First, based on the data they have given, you should write balanced chemical equation. Okay, what you should write? Balanced equation for the reaction whatever they have provided. Next, step 2, write the initial concentration. So from the data given, you have to write the initial concentration. That is depending on the problem. Again, they have given either in terms of concentration, that's what mass, and in terms of pressure. Then in second step, one more thing you should note, that write the change in concentration on going to attain equilibrium. So you have to consider the change in concentration. In order to attain the equilibrium, you have to specify in the second step. And in the third step, you have to write the concentration at equilibrium that can be indicated in terms of X or in terms of alpha. Mostly in your NCERT textbook, they have considered in terms of X, so that I will represent in terms of X only. And after doing those three, or after following those three steps, you have to consider, or you can easily calculate finally the value of X as well as equilibrium concentration. So just by mentioning the steps, you can't understand. So for that purpose, I will take one example from the textbook only, solved part. See, 13.8 gram of N2O4 was placed in a 1 liter reaction vessel at 400 Kelvin and allowed to attain equilibrium. Equation they have given N2O4 gaseous giving 2NO2 gas. The total pressure at equilibrium was found to be 9.15 bar. Calculate Kc, Kp and partial pressure at equilibrium. This is the question they have provided. Actually, I have considered question from textbook which is solved 7.8. You can go through. Detail I'll explain. Okay. So let us first move on to solution part. This is the questions given in which what are the data they have given. First, 13.8 gram of N2O4 is given, nothing but mass of N2O4 is 13.8 gram. Then they have mentioned it is 1 liter reaction vessel. So what will be the volume? Volume will be equal to 1 liter. Then at 400 Kelvin means temperature will be equal to 400 Kelvin. And they have even provided total pressure at equilibrium is found to be 9.15 bar. So that I will consider total pressure at equilibrium will be equal to 9.15 bar. And what they are expecting, you should calculate Kc value, you should calculate Kp value, and also you should calculate partial pressures of the reactant and the product. That is partial pressure of N2O4 as well as partial pressure of NO2 we should calculate. So from the given data, how can we calculate? So let us move on to calculation part. So children, actually in this case, whatever is the data given by which direct we can't start the reaction or we can't start the initial step of the reaction. So before going to that means initial concentration or initial pressure they have not given. As it is a gaseous reaction, it should be initial pressure. So first our intention is to predict the initial pressure, that is from the data given. As it is a gas, we know PV is equal to nRT, in which Our intention is to calculate P. P is actually initial pressure. So just you rearrange this formula. So P will be equal to nRT by V. But P value we don't know, we have to calculate. This is the initial pressure, you should remember. R value is known, 0.0831. Temperature they have given. Volume also they have given. But N is not given. First, for substitution, we need to calculate the value of N. What do you mean by N? N is nothing but number of moles. Can we calculate N value from the data given? Yes, of course we can. So therefore, N will be equal to mass by molar mass. Mass is given, right children? It is 13.8. But molar mass is not given. But you know how to calculate molar mass. Molar mass of the reactant you should take, because initial concentration you are going to calculate. N2. Atomic weight of one atom of nitrogen is 14. How many atoms of hydrogen? How many atoms of nitrogen? 2. So that 14 into 2. Plus one more oxygen is there. Atomic weight of the oxygen is 16. How many atoms? So total 4. So total will be equal to 92. Just 28 and 64. You add it up. You will get, so that 13.8 is the mass. And the molar mass of the reactant will be 92. So you take a ratio, you will get 0.15 moles. So number of moles will be obtained as 0.15 moles. Now you just substitute that value over here. N value is 0.15. R value is 0.0831 into temperature will be 400. Divided by volume is 1, and simplify, you will get this. What is this? This will be the P value, indicates initial concentration. But children, reaction given is in terms of gas, so that it is initial pressure of the reaction is given. Now, for the reaction, we have to start actual steps now. What is the reaction given? 1 mole of N2O4 is getting converted into 2 moles of NO2. But initially, only reactant is available. They have given 1 mole according to balanced chemical equation. But we will not take concentration. Since it is a gaseous reaction, we have to consider initial concentration is in terms of partial pressure. That is initial pressure or initial partial pressure at what is the time? At the time will be equal to T0 seconds. Because still reaction has not started, initial point can be taken as 0. So at that initial point, what will be the pressure of the reaction media? That is found to be 4.98 bar that we have calculated earlier step. And reaction not yet proceeded means you are not going to get any product. That's why we used to take it as 0. As the reaction proceeds, reaction will attain equilibrium. You all know. As reaction proceeds, reaction will attain equilibrium. So what will be the pressure at equilibrium, or in terms of concentration, what will be the concentration we used to say? But as it is a gaseous reaction, we have to consider what is the pressure at equilibrium. Children, we know initially this was the pressure, but as a reaction is proceeded, some amount of this gas is getting converted into this, so that decrease in the volume of the gas ultimately decreases pressure, so that something is removed. So that is extent of removal of reactant from the reaction media can be expressed as X. In terms of X, we used to express at equilibrium. I have mentioned in the rules, right? So 4.98 was initial. Now as the reaction proceeded, something was consumed, so that minus X. But after that reaction, how many moles of product will be produced? 2 molecules. So, in terms of X, it can be expressed as 2X pressure will be now found existing the product side after reaction that is at equilibrium. Therefore, total pressure at equilibrium can be calculated as 4.98 minus x from the reactant plus 2x will be from the product. Simplify, what you will get? 4.98 plus x. Actually, even in the data they have given, you all know total pressure at equilibrium will be equal to 9.15 bar. So as data given, you can just equate total pressure from the expression will be equal to 9.15 bar. Now just rearrange and you can predict the value of x. So x will be equal to 9.15 minus 4.98, that's equal to 4.17 bar. This is the x value. Now children, according to the question, what we have to calculate? Partial pressures of both reactant and product. Let us first move on to partial pressure of N2O4, that is equal to 4.98 minus x, that is at equilibrium. Same thing I took and I have substituted the value of x. 4.98 was initial, x something was consumed, so based on that x value we have derived, just I have substituted, so that partial pressure for N2O4 obtained will be equal to 0.81 bar. Similarly, partial pressure of NO2 will be equal to 2x from the table. Substitute the value of x. Here you will get 8.34 bar. And one more thing they have expected is Kp, Kc values, right? Equilibrium constants. So now Kp value let us first move on to. So for this equation, Kp will be equal to partial pressure of NO2 to the power 2, NO2 to the power 2 based on the equation partial pressure of NO2 to the power 2 divided by partial pressure of N2O4, denominator I have expressed. Now substitute the values. So as you have got partial pressure of NO2 as 8.34, substitute its power 2 divided by partial pressure of N2O4 you have got above as 0.81. Just substitute and simplify, you will get 85.87, that is Kp value. Once the Kp value is obtained, children, you can calculate Kc value. In order to calculate Kc value, after getting Kp, there is a relation you all know, that is Kp will be equal to Kc into RT to the power delta N. First you calculate delta N. For this reaction, delta N will be equal to 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1. So delta N value will be equal to 1. That's all. Rearrange the formula since you have to calculate Kc. Kc will be equal to Kp by RT to the power delta N. Substitute value of Kp above you have got, and R value is 0.0831 you all know, into temperature is 400, and then simplify, you will get the value of Kc, that is equal to 2.58. Thank you students. Next 2 more examples I will explain in the next video from the exercise. Thank you. Study well.